Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna De Ninis, and this is Truth Talk for April 30th, 2026. The topic for today is your health valued? Every day we make choices, and we need to be conscious about the choices we make with regard to our body and our health. So anything we take in, food is our medicine, what we expose ourselves to, the chemicals, the environment, all this plays into our health and how healthy we are. So the question is, do we value our health? Do we, every decision we make regarding our bodies and ourselves, do we make the right choice? Now, I'm a firm believer that a lot of us fall into a pattern of addiction when we don't want to face we don't want to face a certain unwanted reality, right? Life poses challenges. We don't like where we are. Instead of facing it, we're looking for something to pacify us. We're looking for something that's going to get our mind off of things. Perhaps, like I said, escape, the reality that we don't really want to see. And that's when we turn to addictions. And this could be anything from smoking, drinking, drugs, overindulgence in food. Um, that tends to be the normal pattern. Now, if we valued our health, we definitely would not be smoking. And because every time we're smoking, we're doing something detrimental to our bodies, right? We know that not everyone, but most people that might have a genetic predisposition, when they have a trigger or an insult like smoking, and obviously the more frequently, the more it's exacerbated it's going to be, but that's only going to speed up the process of sickness. So, especially if we have a genetic predisposition, smoking and smoking heavily is going to impact our health in a negative way. And probably sooner rather than later, cancer may develop. So, here's the question, okay? If we don't value our health and we continue to do things like smoking and drinking, and then we develop cancer, and then we have to undergo treatment like chemo or alternative treatments that can help with cancer. Does it make sense to continue smoking? Now, this happens, right? We've seen it because people that have addictions, they just can't stop smoking. However, the smoking is what got that person into the predicament that they're in, most likely with the cancer. So the real question is, if we're going to go through heroic measures or, make a conscious effort at that point to get better by undergoing chemo or radiation or drastic other healing or alternative methods, it would make no sense to continue smoking. Like one of the first things that's done is to eliminate the smoking entirely. So we have to step back and think about like what's happening. Now, granted, we all have traumas, and I do believe to a certain extent, right? From childhood that carry over into adulthood that affect our day-to-day life. I mean, there's a lot of us out there. Most of us do. I'm sure there may be some that don't have anything, but I'd like to venture to guess most of us have past traumas that are affecting our current lives. But the thing to do is like I said, is to address them, to not run from them, to not try to pacify them. The best thing to do is do the healing work, to get centered and grounded, to go within, to meditate, to find our passion and our joy in life, to make sure that the people around us are who we want to be with, and that whatever unresolved issues get worked out or resolved. Because essentially, we're looking for that inner peace, that inner calm, and we're looking to self-love, self-care, and self-respect. ourselves. So it's not hard, and life is not easy. And I do believe when we come in, I believe in reincarnation. I believe when we come, we get reincarnated and reborn into this earth. I believe we have a soul contract. And sometimes we carry past traumas or past, you know, I guess traumas, like I said, things that we have not healed in the last lifetime. We bring them and carry them into this lifetime. And I don't believe they go away until that we address them. And the only way to address them is to number one, recognize or face it, know that we have an issue that needs to be addressed, and then do the inner work and make the right choices to overcome. Some people say transmute um, those traumas, those issues, those you know past hurts that keep playing into our day-to-day lives and affecting our life in a negative way. So, and again, we have the power within to do all this work. We do. No one can do it for us. And until we recognize and admit, we drop that ego, we let the ego go, that prideful, overinflated ego, and we recognize that, hey, you know what? I need to do something, because no one's perfect, right? We're human. We all could probably use a little bit of extra help, right? And there's no harm in saying so or doing so. Matter of fact, it's encouraged because we're here on this earth, I believe, to learn our lessons. We all have a journey and we all have challenges to face. Everyone's challenge is different and everyone's path unfolds in divine timing, in their own timing. So, you know, we don't know what someone else is going through. We can't we shouldn't compare ourselves because our life is not like anyone else's. Our challenges are not like or unlike anyone else's. We have our own, traumas and challenges to work through. So, the best thing we can do is be compassionate, understanding, accepting of others, and understanding that even though it may look outwardly that people have it all and they've got everything going on and life is easy and life is great, I can assure you they're probably facing their own challenges. So like I said, I'm passionate about what I'm doing with the Reach mission. I started the Reach Facebook group in April 2024, and it's a private group. And the goal was to have, everyone and anyone, not to be exclusive, who respects one another, who values each other, who appreciates our uniqueness. It's a forum or a safe place where we can share our opinions and everyone is respected. Basically, a place to go to for assistance when needed, because we all have our own experiences and we can learn and share our experiences with one another. And there's a lot to be said for that, right? Not everybody's an expert on everything, but there might be someone that's an expert in one particular area that's been through something and can share that knowledge with someone that's now faced with that same challenge. So I felt like, this would be a great place for all of us, each of us part of the whole collective, right? To come together, united we stand, divided we fall, help each other out, in a safe environment where everyone's respected, where it's safe to speak your opinion, where we don't focus on the divisiveness of politics and religion, and we just focus on our, being human and having commonality, right? So, anyways, I started the Reach Mission, the Facebook group in April 2024. And then in April 2025, I started the Reach nonprofit, and that is designed to fund impactful causes. The first cause being the integrative healthcare cause. And with that, we're going to work alongside Western medicine, going to let, everyone treat normally with their doctor under their standard health coverage. And we're going to raise funds and pay for alternative treatments, Eastern medicine practices for those earning less than 100,000 on their taxes, whether they're single or married, to help them overcome chronic health challenges. So we're going to be vetting applicants to make sure that they're number one, they value their health, right? They want to be healthy. They're going to make wise choices when it comes to their health. So they're not going to be smoking. They're not going to be wanting to drink. Now, we will be helping people with addiction. So it's going to be people that truly want to stop their addiction and face reality. Okay. This could be any kind of chronic condition, chronic pain, chronic inflammation. It could be dementia. It could be, cancer, other autoimmune conditions. I mean, there's so many, Hashimoto's, POTS, so many. And it's, most of us have something, and we actually carry out our day thinking that we're quote unquote, normal. This is normal. We get used to not feeling so great, but we keep going, right? We keep having that chronic back pain or that chronic pain in our knees or whatever have you, and we somehow get used to it and think it's normal. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not normal, right? When you take care of your body will take care of you, and no, you won't have chronic pain. Okay. So I'm really excited about this. This is my passion, my calling, my purpose. I really truly believe we heal people, we'll heal the world. Once this is up and running, right now we're in the funding phase. So if you go to the website www.reach reache.group group, there you can join the Reach Facebook group. You can join the Reach YouTube channel where you can view other videos like this. You can purchase Reach merchandise, which is great for marketing purposes, but also a portion of the proceeds go to the integrative healthcare cause. And then, of course, you can also donate if you have extra resources and would like to do so. If you can't donate, that's okay. There's no problem with that. It's just if you have the extra money and you see the value in the cause and what we're trying to accomplish, we appreciate whatever you can do, whatever you're willing to donate. So, on the website, just FYI, there will be contact forms that pop up. This is so that I can collect your contact information so we can stay connected. I promise I will not sell your information. So please fill out all the fields, and the information will get integrated into MailChimp. So, like I said, if I want to send a newsletter, like maybe once a month, promise I won't bombard anyone with, multiple newsletters, but that will with your email, and I'm asking for a phone number in case, your email bounces back. I'm not, again, not going to be soliciting. Um, it would be great so we can stay connected. So, well, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to, again, the Reach Facebook group, the Reach YouTube channel. Support the mission if it resonates with you. And until next time, thank you. Goodbye.